What's up?
Hello.
Hi, hello, how you doing?
Hello. Your lips dry?
They are. Welcome back to another week of us doing whatever the hell we want and making this fun again.
Right.
So, and this was one we did decide upon previously, and after I started it, I was really enjoying it. Because I was thinking of people that I know that are these signs, and I was like, yeah, that's them. Especially the one that's me. I was like, she sounds familiar.
See, with mine, like the Capricorn one for me, some of the stuff, yeah, that's me to a point. But like, some of it's like...
Some of it I don't relate to, but a lot of it I do. I'm pretty much what is it? What's the term I'm looking for? A textbook Virgo. I'm a textbook
You're a
Virgo.
textbook August Virgo. There is a vast difference between August and September
I should have done that
Virgos.
too. I should have done separated. I didn't. I already have 30 pages of notes. It's fine.
Yeah, no, there is, just because two of my best friends are,
And
y'all are both Virgos.
He's a September.
He's a September Virgo, where you're in August, and y'all have similarities.
Yeah.
But
see, also
y'all like to team up on me as well.
My damn Facebook. I was like, I agree. What was it? Oh, Elf is trash.
Oh.
And I was like, 100% I agree. I do not like that movie.
And then I come in. Why? Why do I even like y'all?
But yeah. So we're talking about the Zodiac this week. And I'm really, really excited about it. Because it really, as I wrote the notes, it was almost like I came alive again. I just rose from the coffin. And it was I was like, hell yeah, brother, let's go.
She's back.
She's back. So this week, I already said that. Listen, I gardened, and it's hitting. I'm in the beginning stages of it. I'm not freezing cold yet, but I'm getting there. So I'm gonna just dive right on in, and we're gonna go in order of the Zodiac and not by date. So Aries is the first sign of the Zodiac, and it is believed that the presence of an Aries marks the beginning of something energetic and turbulent, which as a Virgo, I can assure you that is true. The dates of Aries are March 21st through April 19th. Their lucky numbers are 1, 8, and 17. They have the greatest compatibility with Libra and Leo. And Aries are constantly looking for speed and competition, and are usually trying to be first in everything from work to social gatherings. This sounds exactly like Aries that I've known and did not like. I liked them. You'll hear it sounds exactly like how it happened. The ruling planet of Aries is Mars, and it is a fire sign, which makes Aries one of the most active zodiacs. They prefer to take action and sometimes do so before thinking about it. Aries rules with the head and leads with the head, and will often walk head first, leaning forward into speed and focus. This represents their natural bravery, and they are rarely afraid of trial and risk. They also possess a youthful strength and energy regardless of age and their ability to perform given tasks. When the Aries is in love, being a fire sign, Aries have a need to take initiative when it comes to love and romance. When they fall in love, they will express their feelings to the person they are in love with and will not give it much thought. The compatibility of Aries with other signs can be complex, as Aries tend to shower their loved one with affection, sometimes in excess, and will forget to be sure that their affections are being enjoyed. They tend to be passionate, energetic, and love adventure. They are passionate lovers, sometimes even an addict to the pleasures of the flesh and sexual encounters. In terms of social life, the Aries is always moving, warm, and always meeting new people. They tend to have wide circles of friends that include a variety of strange people, mostly in order for them to feel like they have enough differing views on personal matters that they don't know how to resolve on their own. Because Aries is born with the ability to easily communicate, directness and honesty being their approach, they will make a vast number of friends and acquaintances throughout their lives, but many of them will be cut short due to dishonesty and unclear intentions. In the family system, Aries are independent and ambitious, and often know where they want to go from a young age, which separates them from their families. Even as children, they can be hard to control, and if they don't receive enough love and patience from their parents, all of their intimate bonds they form in their adulthood could suffer. In the area of career and money, the Aries shines the brightest. Their work environment is the perfect place to showcase their ambition and creativity. Aries is a natural-born leader and will prefer to give the orders rather than receive them. Their speed of mind and large amount of energy help them to always be one step ahead of everyone else. In order to succeed, all the Aries needs is to follow their chosen path and not give up on professional plans when guided away by emotions. When faced with a challenge, the Aries will quickly assess and come to a solution. Great career paths for Aries are as managers, policemen, soldiers, etc. When pursuing an Aries man, it is important to remember that independence is key to understanding him because they do not like to take orders from others. To seduce an Aries man, you need to play by his rules. It specifically in the source called it, like I reworded it, but it was like play his game. And I was like, that sounds familiar. Often, the chase is more thrilling than the catch, and this conquering nature often leads the Aries man to chase after partners that he can't have. In order to get the attention of an Aries man, one must play hard to get. It sends the message that you are a prize to be won. The Aries man loves a challenge and rushes to become their partner's knight in shining armor. His life partner might have to yell back in a fight, build strong boundaries in order to earn his respect. On a bad day, an Aries man can be self-centered, arrogant, and stubborn, but can also be courageous, adventurous, and passionate.
Are there any good days then?
Yeah. A relationship with this man can be fun and exciting, but can easily lead their partner being hurt if the partner doesn't recognize the energy needed for the relationship to last. So, is he a narcissist or is he just an Aries?
Same. In this
particular instance. But Aries women are fearless and tend to be natural leaders. They are energetic. Honestly, an Aries woman sounds delightful. So they are energetic, charismatic, dynamic, and in love with challenges and adventures. In order to attract an Aries woman, you must let her seduce you, which appeals to her independent nature. Aries women tend to be extremely passionate and sexual, which makes her very desirable to the opposite sex. She is constantly on the move and will not allow herself to be overrun by a man. But she does have a craving for love. She will try to hold on to control, though. Once the Aries woman falls in love, she is extremely faithful and can be, at times, overly jealous. When dating an Aries woman, you will need to give her all the attention she needs, giving her time and constant effort to show that there is love behind the act. She doesn't need someone to follow, as she is confident and domineering, but she needs someone to be equally energetic and strong. A romantic relationship with an Aries woman can be full of adventure and excitement, but only if a potential partner is ready to take on a less dominant role from time to time. Honestly, an Aries woman sounds wonderful.
Right.
An Aries man sounds terrible. Awful. awful. And that's from someone with experience with 2 Aries men.
See, listen, there were signs.
There were signs. And do you know what I did?
You ran.
I closed my eyes and walked right past them bitches.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is Taurus. And Taurus is ruled by Venus and is an earth sign. Their greatest compatibility is with Scorpio and Cancer signs. And their lucky numbers are 2, 6, 9, 12, and 24. Their dates are April 20th through May 20th. Taurus is practical and well-grounded and is the sign that harvests the fruits of labor. They feel the need to always be surrounded by love and beauty, turn to the material world, hedonism, and physical pleasures. People born with their sun in Taurus are sensual and tactile and consider touch and taste to be the most important of their senses. They are stable and somewhat conservative and are considered to be the most reliable sign of the zodiac. They are ready to endure and stick to their choices until they reach the point of personal satisfaction. Taurus has the ability to see things from a more grounded, practical, and realistic perspective. They find it easy to make money and stay on the same projects for years or until they are completed. Often seen as stubbornness, it can be instead be interpreted as commitment, and their ability to complete tasks no matter what it takes is uncanny. This makes them excellent employees, great long-term friends and partners. They always show up for the people that they love. With their ruling planet being Venus, the planet of love, attraction, beauty, satisfaction, creativity, and gratitude. This tender nature can make Taurus excellent cooks, gardeners, lovers, and artists. They are often loyal and don't like sudden changes, criticism, or the chase of guilt that others are prone to. They are somewhat dependent on other people and emotions that they seem unable to let go of. Still, it doesn't matter their potential emotional challenge, these individuals have the ability to bring a practical voice of reason to any chaotic and unhealthy situation. The Taurus in love. So patience is key when taking on Taurus as a lover. They're extremely sensual. Touch, smell, and all the pleasurable senses are extremely important to them. But they need time. They also need time to create a safe environment and be able to relax in their sexual encounters. When they create enough intimacy with a loved one, they tend to become a bit gooey and sometimes even needy, and have to keep their emotions in check, holding on to practical reasoning while embracing change and initiative of their partner at all times. For long-term relationships, they often choose people from the same environment that are able to respond to their intellectual needs, but also the expectations of their family and close friends. They hold on to traditional values and the practical side of life. This sign rarely chooses a partner who won't fulfill basic expectations of their upbringing, and often showing and receiving attention through gifts and material things. If they stick to the moral code too stiffly and refuse all taboos and adventurous approaches, they could end up swimming in a sea of frustration and anger issues that they don't know how to resolve. This often manifests through the person standing in front of them. Their compatibility with other signs can be complicated. Those born in this sign are loyal and always willing to lend a hand to friendship, although they can be closed off to the outer world before they build trust for new social interactions. Many of their friendships begin in childhood with a tendency to last their lifetime. Once they form an intimate connection to another person, they will do whatever they can to nurture that relationship and make it functional even in difficult times. All matters of the family are very important for every Taurus. This is a person who loves children and appreciates the time spent with the people that they love. They respect family routines, customs, and are at all events and gatherings. They enjoy hosting house parties for their families and friends and don't mind cooking a meal for a room full of people as long as their friends and family have fun. Taurus usually love money and will work hard to earn it. They are reliable, hardworking, patient, and thorough as an employee or as someone in a position of power. When they are focused on a specific project, they will firmly stick to it, no matter what happens to their world around them. Stability is key to understanding their work routine. The search for material pleasures and rewards is needed to build their own sense of value and for them to achieve a satisfying, luxurious, yet practical way of life. Their job is observed as a means to make that possible. They are typically well organized in their finances, and all of their bills are paid without delay. They care for their pension, they take responsibility, and save some money for a rainy day. They are able to make do with a really small salary and a bit bigger of a salary, just the same. They are often best suited for positions in agriculture, banking, art, and anything that involves culinary skills. Are you looking for a strong, loyal, and generous man? Well, Taurus is just the right person you were looking for, or is just the person you were looking for. He is trustworthy. I'm putting in words that aren't even there.
No, I'm just sitting here thinking of who the Taurus that we were discussing earlier, that you asked me what his sign was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of this is on point.
Yeah. He is trustworthy, patient, and tender when in love and is always in search for a returned emotion. He will not pick up on subtleness, so small hints and suggestive looks aren't how you win over a Taurus man. He dislikes anything that comes off as artificial and values conversations filled with genuine statements, especially ones that have compliments and love declarations. The Taurus man needs time to build trust, and anyone who is wanting to capture his heart needs to take the time to earn it. He can be a man of few words, seemingly impossible to penetrate at times, as if nothing can touch him. An invitation for a home-cooked meal is always a safe bet when dating this man, as well as choosing a place that is comfortable and cozy rather than popular and modern. Turned to nature and common thinking, he will see sex as something that comes when the time is right and rarely puts any pressure on his partner. He feels that it is something to be enjoyed and not so much something to crave for. One part of his character is the potential inability to forgive betrayal, and he needs to feel truly safe in order to settle down with one partner for good. In order to seduce a Taurus woman, you will need to appeal to her sense of romance. Taurus women want to be courted and slowly seduced, even when they have already decided to pursue a relationship with someone. They need things to move slowly and will rarely jump into a sexual bond quickly and without thinking long and hard about her choices. The Taurus woman longs for true love and security. It is unlikely that she will give in to desires and instincts quickly. If someone wishes to have her heart, they will need to spend a lot of time and energy into making her feel safe, secure, and comfortable in order to win her over. Once in love, she becomes affectionate, intimate, close, and loyal, and will stand by her partner as long as they remain faithful to her. She has an eye for beautiful things and appreciates the simplicity of fine things in life, so it is best to approach her through enjoyable shared moments, respect for her privacy, fine foods, and a gentle touch. This is a woman who does not like to feel as though she is being rushed when dating and needs to move on her own time. Once she is comfortable and secure with someone, she will happily and quickly give her heart without holding back.
Do you know someone that's a Taurus?
I don't think I do. Not right off.
That one is the only one I know. Okay, so the next one I have is Gemini, and I'm doing mine a little differently than she did hers. It's going to be the same information, but
just presented a little
right.
Different. I like that. I like it when we do the same thing but different,
right? Their element, Gemini's element, is air. Their color is light green or yellow.
I thought about putting the colors in there, but I was like, I already have so much effing information.
Their quality is mutable, which I had to look up. That is, it means like they're liable to change. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Their day of the week is Wednesday. Their ruler is Mercury. Their greatest compatibility with other signs is for Sagittarius and Aquarius. Their lucky numbers are 5, 7, 14, and 23. And Geminis are from May 21st to June 20th. They're likely to be a positive person. But what you'll see is they can be quick to flip that. Let me see. Their lucky gems are tiger's eye and emerald, and their flower is lavender and lily of the valley. Top love matches for them would be an Aries or a Leo. They are generally gentle, affectionate, curious, adaptable. They have the ability to learn quickly and exchange ideas. Their weaknesses would be things like they're nervous, inconsistent, and indecisive. Geminis typically like music, books, magazines, chats with nearly anyone, and short trips around the town. But they do not like being alone, being confined, repetition, and routine. They are expressive and quick-witted. They represent two different personalities in one, and you will never be sure which one you're going to face. They're sociable, communicative, and ready for fun, with a tendency to suddenly get serious, thoughtful, and restless. They are fascinated with the world itself, extremely curious and consistent, or extremely curious, with a constant feeling that there is not enough time to experience everything they want to see. The sign Gemini belongs to the element of air, accompanying other signs such as Libra and Aquarius, and this connects it to all aspects of the mind. It is ruled by Mercury, the planet that represents communication, writing, and movement. People born under this sun sign often have a feeling that their other half is missing, so they are forever seeking new friends, mentors, colleagues, and people to talk to. Gemini's changeable and open mind makes them excellent artists, especially writers and journalists. And their skills and flexibility make them shine in trade, driving, and team sports. This is a versatile, inquisitive, fun-loving sign born with a wish to experience everything there is out there in the world. This makes their character inspiring and never boring. There's so much childish innocence in the nature of a Gemini, telling their tale of brotherhood, love between best friends and relatives who are entirely different by character, circumstances, physical appearance, or upbringing. They are in this world to mend differences and make them feel right, ready to give their life for a brother or a friend. Gemini love and sex fun. Hold on. What? Gemini. I don't know what that's supposed to say. I'm sorry. Anyway, Gemini sees love first through communication and verbal contact and find it as important as physical contact with their partner. When these two combine, obstacles all seem to fade. They're inquisitive and always ready to flirt. A Gemini could spend a lot of time with different lovers until they find the right one who is able to match their intellect and energy. They need excitement, variety, and passion. And when they find the right person, a lover, a friend, and someone to talk to combined into one, they will be faithful and determined to always treasure their heart. They're fun and always ready for an intellectual challenge. They see, hold on, I already said all that. The biggest challenge for any Gemini's love is to find an emotion that lasts, especially as they get older and realize that they are already in a repetitive mode of superficial or disappointing bonds. Their personality doesn't allow much depth, for they are on a mission to spread information, not to dig into them and find mistakes, holes, or resolutions. They look at life from a relative perspective of movement, being the one to circle the sun, moving forwards and backwards from Earth's point of view, never certain of their own direction. They may make sharp turns, leaving those who love them behind, but there are partners that could follow in their pace, ready to build a loving foundation through time. With friends, they're very social and love to spend time with friends and family, especially its younger members. A Gemini has an abundance of social contacts and loves to chat. They search for understanding, always looking for strong-willed people to communicate with. Without a clear flow of words spoken, they will quickly lose interest in the entire theme of any conversation and need to stay on the move. With family, family is very important to a Gemini, especially their children, once they build a strong emotional bond with them. Lack of stability, they show to their partners with their expectations extremely high, do not reflect on family as much, and they seem to have a more modest and calm approach to those they share a home with. Although responsibilities carried by their family life can stand to be a challenge for their nature, they will find a magical way to be in two places at once, getting everything done that they're supposed to. With career and money, they're in a constant need of intellectual stimulation. The most suitable job for a Gemini has to be challenging to their brain. They are skillful, inventive, and very smart. And they have a need for dynamic working environment and lots of social contacts met in office. The best careers that they could choose would be traders, inventors, writers, orators, preachers, and lawyers. But any career that gives them the opportunity to communicate freely while keeping them on the move and busy at all times is an excellent choice. Do I want to go through the woman and men's?
That's what I did.
Okay. So a Gemini man's guide to love is he's enthusiastic and full of life, never disappointing with dull moments. He's adventurous and humorous, and this makes him a perfect partner if a person is energetic and dynamic and in search for some laughter and fun. Gemini men are naturally chatty and flirtatious, and you can meet them at a public gathering, conferences, and traffic jams. Their personality is marked by dualism.
Traffic jam?
Well, in a high area, like a high traffic area. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was just...
Yeah, that's...
I immediately thought of, like, at a red light.
Right. Their personality is marked by dualism, making them inconsistent but clever and amazingly attractive to others. This man is impossible to cling to and needs a partner who gives him enough freedom and space, followed by mental stimulation and variety. To win his heart, one has to be fun, stimulating, adventurous, laughing at his jokes, and ready to learn from him day after day. Sex with the Gemini man can be a wonderful experience, but if his partner is unwilling to experiment, he will get bored. As in all things in life, he needs new experiences, verbal contact, and freedom of expression when it comes to sexual relationships. I could never. So for Gemini women, if you want to attract a Gemini woman, you will have to be able to keep up with their dual nature. She can be passionate and gentle one moment and aloof and distant the next. This is a result of her natural born tendency to stay safe and on a distance from other people, prepared to run off into a carefree love story that waits for her just around the corner. This is an enthusiastic, witty, intellectual, and soft-spoken woman, while at the same time extremely open-minded and always ready to meet someone new. Although a Gemini woman is usually not very shy, getting in a serious and committed relationship will take time and a lot of patience. However, once she finds a man who can satisfy her sexual and intellectual desires, this woman will be the one to suggest starting a family, marriage, and growing old together, although this may happen in an unusual way. She's impressed by partners who teach her new things and have insights that she sees as ingenious. Her sex life is a story to be told, but only those who are ready to listen. Usually the one specific person she finally managed to build true intimacy with. That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. What's next? Cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Cancer is from June 21st to July 22nd. Their element is water. Color is white. Their day of the week is Monday or Thursday. Their ruler is the moon. Their greatest compatibility, I don't agree, is Capricorn or Taurus. I love my child. But like, Its lucky numbers are 2, 3, 15, and 20. They're... Come on. Don't freeze. Don't do that. Not today. Not right now. Their lucky gem is ruby or pearl, and their flower is orchid and white rose. Their top love matches are Taurus and Pisces. Their strengths are they're tenacious, highly imaginative, loyal, emotional, sympathetic, and persuasive. Their weaknesses are that they can be moody, pessimistic, suspicious, manipulative, and insecure. Cancers like art, home-based hobbies, relaxing near or in water, helping loved ones, a good meal with friends. They do not like strangers. Any criticism of mom, he be talking a whole lot of shit to his mama. Remember me telling you about us playing Hangman?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he doesn't like revealing Cancers do not like revealing of their personal life. They're deeply intuitive and sentimental. They can be one of the most challenging zodiac signs to get to know, and they're very emotional and sensitive and care deeply about matters of the family and their home. They are sympathetic and attached to people they keep close, and are very loyal and able to empathize with others' pain and suffering. They belong to the element of water, just like Scorpio and Pisces. They are guided by emotion and their heart. They could have a hard time blending into the world around them. Being ruled by the moon, phases of the lunar cycle deepen their internal mysteries and create fleeting emotional patterns that are beyond their control. As children, they don't have enough coping and defensive mechanisms for the outer world and have to be approached with care and understanding, for that is what they give in return. I could see that.
Yeah.
A lack of patience or even love will manifest through mood swings later in life, and even selfishness, self-pity, or manipulation. They are quick to help others, just as they are quick to avoid conflict and rarely benefit from close combat of any kind. They always choose to hit someone that is stronger, bigger, and more powerful than they had imagined. When at peace with their life choices, Cancer representatives will be happy and content to be surrounded by a loving family and harmony in their home. Cancers are the brave crab that were sent to this earth by something they believe in, only to mess with someone bigger than they are. This isn't an animal aware of their strength. Patriotism can make them endanger their own well-being, fighting for someone else's cause, or if others can become their higher power. The crab knows where they're going, but it's often in the wrong direction, at least until they learn their lessons and start relying solely on themselves. Cancer is a very emotional sign, and feelings are the most important thing in their relationships. They're gentle and caring, and they will show their sensibility to the world without even thinking they might get hurt. For partners, they always choose a person who is able to understand them through nonverbal, silent contact and a shared daily routine, and their affection won't last long with the superficial, flaky, or unreliable partners. The lack of initiative these individuals suffer from won't make it easy for them to build a sex life they wish for if they don't find a partner who is able to make them feel calm, protected, and free to express. This is a dedicated sign ready to make many unhealthy compromises only to keep their image of a family going, and could choose partners who are in a way selfish and abusive. Shared with responsibility and a life together with their partner makes them feel secure and ready for the next step in life, no matter if it's a child, a new job, or simply a cleanup in the field of friendships and relationships that become obsolete or hurtful. Hold on. With friends, Cancer representatives will gladly connect with new social contacts, but are extremely sensitive of people not approved by their closest surrounding. Filled with respect for people they communicate to easily, they see all contacts through their emotional prism rather than simple curiosity or status. Most of all, they enjoy socializing at home, where intimate atmosphere can be made and deep understanding shared in circumstances under their control. Intuitive and compassionate, they are sometimes impossible to understand from an extremely rational point of view. With family, they are the sign of family, and these individuals care about family bonds and their home more than any other sign on the zodiac. They're deeply sentimental, and they tend to diligently preserve family memories, keeping them intact for years. When their personal lives are fulfilled, they make wonderful, caring parents that seem to know how their children feel even when they are miles apart. When a job needs to get done, a Cancer will roll their sleeves up and finish it successfully. If they are left alone at work, they usually perform better than when surrounded by other people, loyal to their employer and focused on the task. They will have great careers as nurses, housekeepers, gardeners, politicians, and decorators. I don't think my son's going to be any of those things.
You never know.
For Cancer representatives, security and money are of great importance and stand for the real reason they work as much as they do. They easily earn money and aren't used to spending it all in one day. It is their goal to save, invest, and watch their investments grow daily. Resourceful and good at managing time and finances, this is the sign that often is in charge of all the money of the household, keeping their partner or other family members under their control. A lover's guide to a Cancer man. He is conservative, just enough to know that initiative is important, but often fails to show it before he feels safe to do so. His partners need to make the first move, but still doing it subtly to let him still feel like he is leading the way. This is a complex individual, very sensitive, shy, and overly protective of his loved ones. When he prefers women, he will subconsciously search for the ideal wife and mother. A Cancer man is emotional, and they love to take care of other people. He wants to feel needed and protective, receiving a lot of attention from his partner through kind words and subtle concerns and compliments to make his day. Although he can be moody, pessimistic, and clingy, he is a creative and generous partner in search for someone to share a life with. Clingy. Let me find out that boy is clingy. A lover's guide for a Cancer woman. Cancer personality can be quite complicated, but deep inside they are home-loving and conservative people. Cancer woman is vulnerable, emotional, and not likely to quickly fall in love. Once her trust is earned, she will be passionate and loyal. In order to seduce her, one has to be proactive and make the first move, respecting her need to be treated like a lady. She is not the right choice for someone in search for a one-night stand and needs more from her partner than just casual encounters. Romantic and ready to love, this woman needs a romantic partner who believes in love while also in tune with her unspoken feelings. Despite her cautious nature, a Cancer woman is deeply erotic, and when feeling secure to show her true personality and emotions, they will be expressed through an incredible sex life. To have lasting relationship with a Cancer woman, she needs someone faithful, respectful, and honest, and doesn't forget betrayal and becomes very rigid and predictable when hurt. Most compatible signs would be a Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, and Capricorn. That was it. Go next.
The
next
three. Leo is another fire sign and is ruled by the sun, and their lucky numbers are 1, 3, 10, and 19. The dates for Leo are July 23rd through August 22nd. The greatest compatibility for Leo is Aquarius and Gemini. Leos are natural-born leaders. They are dramatic, creative, self-confident, dominant, and extremely difficult to resist. They are able to achieve just about anything they put their mind and commitment into. Leo holds specific strength in their king of the jungle status, and they often have many friends with whom they are loyal and generous. They are confident and attractive, and those with this sun sign are capable of uniting different groups of people and leading them as one toward a shared cause. They also have a healthy sense of humor, which makes collaborating with others even easier. Being a fire sign makes them warm-hearted, in love with life, trying to laugh, and having a good time. They are able to use their mind to solve the most difficult of problems and will easily take initiative in resolving complicated issues. Leo is aware of their desires and personality, and they can easily ask for what they need, but could just as easily unconsciously neglect the needs of others in their chase for personal gain and status. When a Leo becomes too fond and attached to their achievements and the way other people view them, they become an easy target that is ready to be taken down. Leo is passionate and sincere and show their feelings with ease and clarity. When in love, they are fun, loyal, respectful, and very generous toward their loved one. They will take on the leader role in the relationship and will strongly rely on their need for independence and initiative. This can be tiring for their partner at times, particularly if they begin to impose their will and organization of things that aren't theirs to organize in the first place. Leo needs a partner who is self-aware, reasonable, and is on the same intellectual level as them. Their partner also needs to be able to express and fight for themselves, or else they be burnt by the light of their Leo's sun. The sex life of a Leo is adventurous, fun, and energetic. This is a person who has a clear understanding of boundaries between sex and love, but may fail to see the importance of intimacy and emotional connection to the quality of their sex life. Every Leo needs a partner who is willing to fight through their awareness and reach their sensitive subconscious core in order to find true satisfaction in a meaningful relationship. In friendship, Leo is generous, faithful, and truly loyal. They are born with a certain dignity and commitment to individual values and a need to help others, and even if that takes much of their time and energy. They are strong and reliable, which makes them appeal to almost everyone. They have the energy to host celebrations and different events with people that bring out the best in them. They are rarely alone, as the interactions with others give them the self-esteem and awareness that they need to thrive. The downside to this is that they may have trouble finding friends that are able to keep up with them and follow the same high energy that they carry with them everywhere. Matters of the family are not the first thing that Leo thinks of when they wake in the morning or lie in the bed at night. They turn to themselves for the most part and tend to become independent as soon as they possibly can. That said, Leo is still fiercely protective of their loved ones and proud of their ancestry and roots, in the good times and the bad. Leos are highly energetic and tend to always be busy, no matter the need for their employment. They are ambitious, creative, and optimistic, and once they decide to dedicate themselves to their work, they will do everything exactly right. They often thrive best as their own boss or as a manager of others with as little control from superiors as possible. Jobs that allow them to be creative, such as in acting and entertainment, are ideal for Leo. They also thrive in positions in management, education, and politics, or really anything that places them in a leadership position. Leos love to be surrounded by modern and trendy things, and though money comes easy for them, They spend it with less responsibility than some of the other zodiac signs. They're extremely generous and will help friends financially and support them through bad times. Although this doesn't always prove to be the wisest financial decision, it does make them feel good. The Leo man prefers to be treated like a king in their intimate relationship. This isn't a narcissistic characteristic, but instead an inner need that all people with deep self-respect have to feel. Plans that with the Leo man are always big and dramatic, and the showering of admiration, devotion, and attention come naturally. This is a man that gives many gifts when they are in love, often expensive and posing as a statement of his efforts. Any partner that wants to stay with the Leo man has to prove that they are worthy of the royal treatment and ready to give enough of it back. The Leo man loves compliments, and although he appears to be confident, he does need a lot of praise to start feeling safe around their loved one. Even though he is romantic and passionate, this man will rarely choose a partner that doesn't go well with his appearance or that doesn't make him look good in the eyes of certain groups in the outer world. The Leo man will easily take the role of eternal bachelor, yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of, and will always be on the hunt and celebrating love and life. He will place himself at the center of attention, and his partner may have to compete with many admirers, but their relationship is not in danger, for as long as he adores the one he loves, when treated right, he will stick around forever. Leo women are warm-hearted and driven by the desire to be loved and admired, and love to be in the limelight. In order to seduce a Leo woman, one has to treat her well, be respectful of her, compliment her, and see her fit to live a luxurious lifestyle that she deserves. She appreciates romantic partners and will expect them to hold her at the center of their world, where she will give the person she loves the same royal treatment. Dating a Leo woman requires acceptance of her flaws and admiration of her qualities. She does not like to compete for love and wants clarity of her role in her partner's life. The Leo woman will love dates to a theater, an art museum, or a fancy restaurant. She wants to be showered with flowers and gifts, but as grandiose displays of affection rather than expensive routine gifts from her partner. She can be somewhat domineering and needs to stay in control of her own life. If her partner views her value as the queen she is, there is infinite warmth, care, and attention in her heart to respond in kind. Do you know any Leos?
Yeah. My sister.
Granny P's a Leo.
Yeah.
Reading that, I was like, that makes sense.
I
had to wet my whistle.
Hey, do you have Teams up?
I don't.
I just realized that I have tea that we'll have to remember.
Tea?
We'll have to remember to share later. You're going to lose it. Anyway. Yeah, my sister's a Leo. Yeah. You have no idea where that's going.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't. But I'm excited.
We can pause the recording for me to tell you.
No. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, I put that out of order. Hold on. I got to get down to the right one because we're talking about a Virgo. Virgos are earth signs and are ruled by Mercury. Our lucky numbers are 5. I did not know that until I read this. My lucky number is 5. 14, 15, 23, and 32. The birthdays of Virgo are August 23rd through September 22nd. Our greatest compatibility signs are Pisces and Cancer, which Daniel is a Pisces and my dad is a Cancer.
Nice.
Virgos are loyal, analytical, kind, hardworking, and practical, but also shy, worrywarts who are overly critical of not just others, but themselves and tend to be all work and no play type of personalities. Virgos are always paying attention to the smallest of details, and their deep sense of humanity makes them one of the most careful signs of the zodiac. We tend to make more methodical approaches to life to ensure that nothing is left to chance, and although we can be tender, our heart might be closed off to the outer world. This is often...
Can you be tender?
I can. See, tender. That's like just a quick story from when my sister was here. We're coming back to the house, and me and my sister are first of all talking about periods. Carl's in the back seat trying not to Ralph. And
does that bother him?
What, talking about periods?
Uh-huh.
No, riding in the back seat and me driving is. Well, anyway, he's not saying a word, but we're sitting up front talking about periods, and then both of us let out the biggest belches that anybody. It was 10 out of 10 belches, and he's in the back, and he out of nowhere it just goes, "I'm so glad I'm hanging out with classy women, classy ladies." Hell yeah. Okay. Anyway, the being tender but being closed off. This is most often something that is misunderstood, but not because of our lack of ability to express, but because we don't accept our feelings as being valid, true, or even relevant when opposed to reason. Virgo is an earth sign and fits perfectly between Taurus and Capricorn. This leads to a strong character, but one that prefers conservative, well-organized things and lots of practicality in our everyday lives. These types of individuals have an organized life, even when they let the chaos in. Their goals and dreams still have strictly defined borders in their mind. Constantly worried that they will miss a detail that will be impossible to fix, they can get stuck on details and become overly critical and concerned about matters that nobody else seems to care all that much about. With Mercury being the ruling planet of this sign, I was hurting my own feelings while I was typing this. With Mercury being the ruling planet of this sign, it is representative of a well-developed sense of speech and writing, as well as other forms of communication, which writing, written form, has always been much better for me to communicate. Many Virgos often choose to pursue careers as writers, journalists, and typists, but their need to serve others often make them good caregivers as well. The sign of Virgo leads Venus to its tragic fall and speaks to one's inability to feel worthy, beautiful, or lovable. The compatibility of Virgo with other zodiac signs is primarily based on the ability of their partner to provide all the love they need to start feeling safe enough to open up and show their soft, vulnerable heart. They very rarely make direct statements of love, but intimacy brings out the beauty of their emotional self-expression. It is not out of the ordinary for a Virgo to prefer a stable relationship over having casual lovers. Except if they do become casual, they will use their charm and superficial communication to win hearts without ever investing their own. Methodical and intellectually dominant, each Virgo seems to have an equation in their mind that their partner has to follow. Virgos will rarely have many sexual experiences with different people, as they have a need to feel important to someone and to find real pleasure in order to give their whole self to someone. The sign of Virgo is easily attached to the symbolism of the Virgin, but the truth is that their quality is mutable and their need for change tends to outweigh their self-imposed restrictions and moral boundaries when it comes to sex. Virgos are good for always knowing how to solve a problem and make for excellent advisors. They can make themselves useful to have around, but also this can make them more useful or useful to have around, but also brings out their need to search the problem in everything and everyone around them. They will often care for people they build a solid relationship with and treasure them for years and nurture them in every possible way, and an intimate friendship with a Virgo is always earned by good deeds. Those born with their sun in Virgo are often very dedicated to their family and attentive to elderly and sick people. They understand tradition and the importance of being responsible. They are proud of their upbringing and everything that made their mind be as dominant as it is. Virgos are often practical, analytical, and hardworking, and they always know exactly where to look for the core of any issue that arises. Their methodology makes them shine at jobs that require good organization, dealing with paperwork, problem solving, and working their minds and their hands. When they are focused, perfection is to be expected from their work, for no other sign has an eye for detail like a Virgo. In love with books and artistic expression, they often make for good critics, while their need to help humankind is best served as a doctor, nurse, or psychologist. If one hopes to seduce a Virgo man, one must respect his need for cleanliness and order. In many cases, he enters into the romance slowly and carefully and will likely take his time to get to know a person before starting anything serious. When he determines what to expect, his partner has to be sure to deliver nothing less. A Virgo man might put up a cool front, but don't let him fool you. He has a need and sensual needs, and if he finds a partner that is patient enough and able to withstand his tendency to overanalyze everything, he will eventually warm up. It takes work and dedication to sweep a Virgo man off his feet, and he needs a partner who will inspire him, remind him of his own talents, and will often find this type of person in platonic and completely irrational places. He is always ready to settle down with the right person for a very long time, but the standards are set very, very high. The Virgo personality is a mix of intelligence, attention to detail, common sense, and commitment. A woman born into this sign is often very smart, modest, and capable. Attempting to seduce a Virgo woman can be intimidating at first, and she is likely to put up a facade of indifference. However, she is not cold, but practical, realistic, and cautious when it comes to beginning new relationships. She will never just give herself over to someone without assessing their character and the emotions shared with her from the beginning. There are no circumstances in which a Virgo woman will fall under the category of spoiled or materialistic. As with all earth signs, she will enjoy the material world and see any gift she receives as a blessing, but she will truly enjoy things that are practical in nature and easy to use, digest, or when needed, to fix. Attracted to intelligent but distant personalities, a Virgo woman has a strong capacity to love, but chooses to wait to share those emotions until she is ready. She is private and defensive and needs her defense mechanisms respected by her partner, but is still willing to break those for the right partner. I feel called out. I feel seen.
You should.
I also feel like I have to pee, but I think I can wait.
I'm adding to the tea over here, by the way.
Appreciate that.
It's piping. It's piping.
Sagittarius. Nope, that's not right. I forgot. Libra. I gotta scroll back up.
Libra. I said Libra. Libra. This chocolate is, I think it's more the Reese's peanut butter that is doing the trick over here.
Yeah. I ran out of my chocolate and now I'm sad. Libra is an air sign that is ruled by the planet Venus. Their lucky numbers are 4, 6, 13, 15, 24. And they have the greatest compatibility with Aries and Sagittarius. The dates for Libra are September 23rd to October 22nd. People born under the sign of Libra are peaceful, fair, and they hate being alone. Partnership is very important to this sign, and they seek someone with the ability to be the mirror to themselves. These individuals are fascinated by balance and symmetry and are in constant chase for justice and equality, realizing through life that the only thing that should be important to them is their own inner core of personality. This is someone who is ready to nearly do nearly anything to avoid conflict, keeping the peace whenever possible. Being an air sign gives these individuals constant mental stimuli, strong intellect, and a keen mind. They're inspired by good books, insurmountable discussions, and people who have a lot to say. Libra should be careful when talking to other people, for when they are forced to decide about something that is coming their way or to choose sides, they suddenly realize that they may be in the wrong place and surrounded by the wrong people. No partner should make them forget that they have their own opinions. With the ruling planet of Venus, this makes Libra excellent lovers, but they are also fond of expensive material things. Their lives need to be enriched by music, art, and beautiful places they get to visit. In order to find a partner that is compatible with Libra is their main priority. Once they begin a romantic relationship, maintaining peace and harmony become the most important thing and their primary goal. They have a charming personality, and their dedication to their relationship makes their compatibility with others satisfying. Libra is the sign of marriage, and this makes it open for traditional pathways of love. Even though the element of air gives them a lot of flexibility, they will still feel a strong pull towards tradition, and their desires will eventually turn to love on paper, well organized and serving a purpose to create a certain image to the outer world. In some ways, Libra is in search of a partner who has the ability to set clear boundaries, as if expecting to be protected by them, but without their pride being endangered in the process. Sexually, this sign is deeply connected as Scorpio rises where it ends. They search for deep, meaningful relationships, and although they don't have trouble relating with people they aren't close to, the only true satisfaction in their love life comes from the complete surrender of body and soul. It is the gravity of Libra to share their entire life with someone, with a challenge of being independent and aware of their core personality at the same time. Libra is highly social and put their friends in the limelight, but will sometimes raise their expectations a bit too high and choose friendships that make them feel superior to the person standing in front of them. Their nature makes them indecisive, which is why they might show a lack of will. This doesn't make them less invested in their relationships when someone else takes the baton. They are tactful and calm, and they communicate through any problem if they want to, and will often help others understand the other side of their personal conflicts and trouble with other people. Being born into a family that gave them certain weaknesses of the sun, Libra can often transfer guilt between family members without even being aware of doing so. They're in constant search of harmony for these individuals and have a tendency to agree with their parents and siblings to avoid conflict, being the one to pull back when a challenge comes their way. They need to nurture their personality and often will turn to solitude only to discover their own point of view. If they are well built and have worked on their inner sense of power, they discover ease in being a good parent and role model, ready to share everything they know with their children. For each Libra, the key to a happy life is balance. They will not commit to work without setting apart enough time for their private life and their loved ones, and if they do, they will feel like they need to be free from it. They can be loved as leaders, even though they sometimes lack the initiative that is needed to organize people who work for them. They will work hard to deserve privileges that come their way. They are in search of truth and justice, and this makes them good judges and lawyers. And they can also be quite successful as diplomats, designers, and composers if their artistic side was nurtured in childhood. They work well in a group setting and can be convincing and gifted speakers. They often have their finances under control, which probably wouldn't be the case if they had an easier time deciding what they wanted to buy. As soon as they begin to question their financial choices, chances are that they won't end up spending the money at all, and simply because it was a hard decision to make. They balance between saving and spending pretty well. Even though they do enjoy fashion and fine clothes, they will rarely let their desires for spending get the best of them. Libra men appreciate all that is beautiful and will search for a partner that inspires them with their appearance. This does sound superficial, but the fact is that they need mental and visual stimuli to make decisions easier and push them into a serious relationship. Once they have decided to be with someone, they will make serious long-term bonds, enduring with ease through hard times, knowing that they have already made the perfect choice to begin with. A Libra man wants to discuss everything with his partner, from daily matters to big shared endeavors in life. This is a man who is in search of a partner with strength of will and confidence, someone to guide the way when he feels lost or insecure. Once he finds the right person, he will do anything to make them happy and will return his attention solely to his partner and will often forget himself in the process. This man is deeply romantic at his core and is in search of true love to last him a lifetime. In order to seduce a Libra woman, one has to be able to have good conversational skills and be a good listener. She enjoys being taught new things and enjoys talking about herself and her personal interests, just as much as she likes to dive deep into her partner's life. She is charming and intelligent and finds solutions to problems as they arise with certain ease. Her partner needs to keep her interested and on her toes at first, making her question her own initiative and choices, while also being straightforward and surprising enough. Being ruled by Venus, the Libra woman has a natural tendency to have certain mood swings, but this won't make her any less just in her ways. Once she falls in love and shares a home with her partner, she will take care of them, make them look good, and keep their social life organized and well adjusted to the lifestyle they live.
All right. The next one is Scorpio. It is from October 23rd to November 21st. Their element is water. Their color is scarlet, red, and rust. Their day of the week is Tuesday. Their ruler is Pluto and Mars. Their greatest compatibility is Taurus and Cancer. Lucky numbers are 8, 11, 18, and 22. Their lucky gem is topaz and opal, and their flower is hibiscus and geraniums. They are resourceful, powerful, brave, passionate, and a true friend. Their weaknesses are distrusting, jealous, manipulative, violent. They like truth, facts, being right, talents, teasing, and passion, but they hate dishonesty, revealing secrets, superficiality, and small talk. Scorpios are passionate and assertive people with determination and focus you rarely see in other zodiac signs. They will turn to in-depth research to reach the truth behind anything they find important. They are great leaders and guides. They are resourceful, dedicated, and fearless when there's a challenge to overcome. They will hold on to other people's secrets, even when they aren't very fond of them to begin with, and do anything they can for those they tie themselves to. This is a water sign, just as Cancer and Pisces, and its representatives have to experience, express, and face emotions. Always fighting dishonesty of any kind, they have to learn to not manipulate or turn people to look their way by methods that aren't straightforward and clean. These inner tendencies sometimes make them distrustful and jealous, suspicion leading them to strange behavioral patterns they have to unveil. The rulers of Scorpio are Pluto and Mars, one of them being the planet of transformation and regeneration, and the other pushing them forwards and providing them with enough initiative to build their lives energetic and strong. These individuals are known for being calm, cool, and looking mysterious and hard to figure out. There's a deep understanding of the rules of the universe inside every Scorpio that gives them the power others rush through life, rarely recognizing within. Scorpio is the deadly warrior sent by the goddess to kill someone. This is a sign in search for their prey. Fearless and unstoppable, when they have a cause to fight for, they will do it relentlessly and without paying attention to possible karmic or other consequences. With deep self-awareness, they discover ways to go around their deepest, darkest motives and shove their talents under the rug along with their dark desires. They need to set free from taboos and restrictions, discovering freedom to scream and fight for their beliefs in order to find peace and happiness. Scorpio is the sign of sexuality and ultimate physically emotional bonding with other people. Scorpios are extremely passionate, in constant search for absolute intimacy and love that will fill their entire lives with surrender, pleasure, and unity. Their partners have to be intelligent, practical, and honest, and compatibility of Scorpio with other signs depends greatly on the individual ability to embrace shadows within. Once they fall in love, they tend to be dedicated and faithful, and sometimes obsessive, possessive, and overwhelming as well. Being extremely sensitive, even when they don't admit this to the world, they will choose partners carefully and need a lot of time to build trust and respect with anyone. This isn't a sign that lacks initiative, and since their sex life is of great importance to them, they might find themselves in casual one-night stands and relationships that don't satisfy their emotional needs. However, this won't make them happy for long, and they won't settle for this way of life for very long. Once their adventurous and curious nature finds a bit of peace with age, they will learn that without emotion, sexual experience serves no purpose at all. With friends, they are honest and straightforward. Honesty and straightforward approach colored with intense emotions make each Scorpio a great friend. They are dedicated, loyal, and intelligent and feel best in the company of witty and fun people who bring love and color into their lives. Their relationships are full of surprises and sudden turns and sometimes end abruptly without explanation. They understand change is the only constant in the universe and choose to abide by it in friendships and as in all relationships. With family, Scorpio is a sign that brings moon to its fall, and with it always has a task to set free of certain family values and patterns pushed onto them at a young age. When they are in pain or suffering, they will turn to closest family for help, feeling their love and support in the darkest of times. Still, they might fail to recognize that love can be given through light, colorful, and creative expression, and finds this through the family they create rather than one they leave behind. There's something almost disturbing in the dedication of a Scorpio, though, or in the dedication that a Scorpio has for a goal they set out to achieve, and this makes them fantastic in management and problem solving that needs a lot of energy and effort put in. They won't give up under pressure and work well in stressful environments that need calm and steady hand. The best career choices for Scorpios are science and research of any kind, and they are excellent at being detectives, cops, psychologists, and surgeons. Their ultimate respect for other people can make them a bit difficult in teamwork, for they expect the same treatment in return, even from people incapable of such approach. Scorpios are disciplined enough to stick to the budget, but enjoy living life on the edge. They will work hard for their money and do everything in their power to be independent, but easily get indebted, get loans or mortgages, Handling money isn't even theirs. Still, in most cases, money gives these individuals a sense of control and power, and they will rarely take risks they aren't sure will pay off in time.
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay. Better hurry up, I'm almost done.
I know. I've been sitting here and I was like, I can wait, and then I was like, that's all I can think about. I'm not gonna be able to focus on what I'm reading.
Alright, I'm gonna continue. A Scorpio man's guide to love. Scorpio men are tedious, confident, intense, sexual, and very competitive. They can be highly obsessive, compulsive, and jealous, and this is colored by blind dedication and all-giving love every one of us craves for. He needs a practical person to help him stick to his plans while at the same time surrounded by a bubble of mystery, intriguing, and quiet enough. He enjoys the game of seduction and needs to feel surprised, guided, and followed to remain interested before he opens up. The Scorpio man needs a challenge and most often chooses partners that are already taken or playing hard to get. They are attracted to confident and flirtatious women, but expect honesty and undivided attention once they decide to settle down. He searches for something more powerful than physical attraction and compatibility and needs infinite emotions to guide his heart and inspire him. He longs for sexual experiences that go beyond the physical body and pleasure, and when finding a partner ready to bear their soul, they will hold up on them and never let go. A Scorpio woman's lover's guide. Scorpio personality is both complex and fascinating and makes Scorpio women magnetic, sexy, and mysteriously calm. She has a great capacity for kindness and desire to do good in the world, but needs someone to truly treasure her by her side and accept the level of control she needs in her life. The partner she chooses belongs to her and has to be a good listener, willing to embrace shadows she has trouble accepting herself. Dating a Scorpio woman can be really entertaining, but earning her love requires a lot of time and patience. She isn't an easy conquest in any way, and however naive she might be in interpersonal relationships, this won't be the case in the sex life and the choice of partners she shares deep intimacy with. She is possessive, but giving and devoted, and needs someone honest to never let her down. Tough on forgiveness, she won't be the one to give a peace offering, and rarely admits that she is wrong simply because she blamed herself senseless long before she ended up in conflict. Compatible signs for these would be Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces. Almost said Pisces.
I like Pisces.
Right. What's Sagittarius? And that's you.
Yep. I'm just wetting my whistle and catching my breath.
Can you whistle?
Barely.
I can't.
And that's only been with like a lot of practice.
Do you sit around and just practice?
Sometimes. Or when I'm walking around a store, I'll practice because people seem to like to do that. I don't know why. Why people whistle while they're walking around a store?
Whistle while you work.
I hate whistling. Listen, that's how I know it's time to get out the Goodwill. They start playing their little. It's like their own radio thing, and it's got whistling in it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's how I know it's time to go. And if I hear it more than once, I know I've been in there too long.
Been in there way too long.
All right. What?
The music on a food line never misses.
I bet the employees will say differently because they hear the same songs all day.
We go in there, I'm jamming. People four aisles down can hear me, like having a great time dancing. It's a great time.
I like it. The sign of Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and is a fire sign.
Don't start it. We got 2 more. It's only 7:50.
And it is a fire sign. They have the greatest compatibility with Gemini and Aries, and their lucky numbers are 3, 7, 9, 12, and 21. The dates for Sagittarius are November 22nd through December 21st. My sister is a Sagittarius. My grandmother is Sagittarius. One of my grandfathers, Sagittarius.
No, I don't know any other ones.
Taylor Swift is a Sagittarius. I don't know her personally, but if you ever wondered what her zodiac was. Sagittarius are travelers of the zodiac, and they are curious and energetic. Their open minds and philosophical views motivate them to wander around the world in search of the meaning of life. The Sagittarius are extroverted, always optimistic, full of enthusiasm, and ready for changes. This is the sun sign for individuals who are often preoccupied with mental work, but when they find grounding, they show their ability to transform visions and thoughts into actions and circumstances. Sagittarius is clear about their intentions and honest by moral imperative, which is representative of their being honest almost to the point of being obnoxious, but with no regard for tact and the emotions for others whatsoever. It is important for them to learn how to express themselves and their opinions in a more socially acceptable way. Their enthusiasm knows no bounds, and they possess a large sense of humor that is accompanied by intense curiosity. They do need their absolute freedom, and their adventurous spirit will take them around the world, exploring different cultures and philosophies. Honestly, this does sound exactly like Taylor Swift. Just of what I know of her.
There you go.
Sagittarius in love, those born with the sun in Sagittarius are often playful, humorous, and they will enjoy having fun and carefree relationships. They look for a partner who is equally open-minded to suit their personality. They are always in the mood to try out something new and exciting and will often have difficulty recognizing the line between friendship and love, as well as love and sexual relationships. The compatibility with a Sagittarius and other signs depends on the change and diversity that their partners are willing to let into the relationship. They often want their partners to be intellectual, stimulating all of their senses, gentle enough while at the same time being firm and specific about their opinions and choices. They have the ability to respect almost anyone and is always expecting the best of the people that they surround themselves with. This is a sign of belief and disappointment and isn't always in sync with the happiest love stories. If a Sagittarius... Did Taylor Swift write this? If a Sagittarius holds on too firmly for their mental strength and processes and will dismiss the tenderness and emotion that should be leading the way, they could result in them ending up in a series of meaningless relationships with partners who don't even make their heart jump. The Sagittarius is one of the most positive and fun signs of the zodiac. They are popular among their friends and create a wide circle of social contacts. They enjoy the diversity of life and culture and will surround themselves with very different people. Sagittarius is generous and kind, and as long as they keep their life philosophies in check and find the time to laugh, everyone should be or would be lucky to have them as a friend. So I also think this also kind of reminds me of our doctor at the doctor's office. I don't know what her sign is, but...
Now you can ask her.
Yeah. The inconsistent and movable character of this sign is that sometimes they seem to show a lack of interest in any family matters. Their views are wide and their set of beliefs are even wider, with many of these individuals seeming as the world. Okay, many of these individuals look at the world as their home, not just like a specific place. When a Sagittarius visualizes something, they can often get a clear focus and will do everything they can to bring their vision to life. Sometimes the focus does get lost and distracted along the way, and that is one of their greatest challenges, to follow down the arrow they shot until it hits, misses, or it hits its target. They enjoy a more dramatic work atmosphere and teamwork, and being the one to lift the spirits of others when they are feeling down or tired. The jobs they best thrive in are as travel agent, photographer, researcher, ambassador, and any freelance activities that give them the space to organize their own time. Money can be a weak spot for Sagittarius just for the fact that if they were to let all of their cravings run free, they would succumb to overspending. Their perspective is extremely positive, and with awareness that there is so much to see, possess, touch, and smell in this world that it would be an awful shame to waste time waiting, saving, and carefully planning their finances. They will take risks they don't have to take, but always believe the best of the universe, that it will provide everything they need. Sagittarius men are often fun-loving people and eternal travelers, and are interested in religion, philosophy, and the meaning of everything. A man born with his sun in Sagittarius loves adventure and sees life as a pool of endless possibilities. He wants to explore and determine where the truth lies and which direction to take. He is honest, courageous, optimistic, and a restless wanderer, constantly searching for a new destination. To win over the heart of a Sagittarius man, one needs to share in his quest and appreciate his wisdom and respect his opinions. The downside to this is that the man can be careless, impatient, tactless, and superficial. He is in need of ultimate freedom, and he will not tolerate clingy partners who can't find the strength for independence and initiative. In order to hold this man, one must learn when to hold on and when to let go. The Sagittarius man is a logical thinking and enthusiastic listener who will listen carefully to what you have to say before he processes it and comes to his own conclusions. My mouth's very dry. Sagittarius women tend to be more wild, independent, fun, friendly, and outgoing. They enjoy expressing themselves and are determined to live life to the fullest. Vibrant, inquisitive, and exciting. This is an honest woman who freely speaks her mind. She values her freedom and independence and finds joy in open, wide spaces, particularly if they are colored by adventures or long conversations. Dating this woman would require an open mind and an adventurous spirit. When she falls in love, she will turn her focus on her partner and easily neglect the other areas of her life. Though she is independent and confident to know and remember the importance of those areas in her life, she enjoys the spontaneous pull of emotion occupying her heart and mind from time to time. This woman is open for love and usually has multiple love affairs throughout her life. She will not settle for a relationship that doesn't make her happy or that loses its purpose over time. She sees life as one big adventure and expects her partner to make her laugh and join her on her travels. I'm 100% convinced Taylor Swift wrote that. You can't convince me otherwise.
All right. I have the last three. First of which, I'm ready to hurt my own feelings, is the Capricorn. And that is from December 22nd to January 19th. So this goes out on the 15th, so we're still in Capricorn season at this point. Their element is earth. Their colors are brown, black, and dark blue. Their day of the week is Saturday. That makes sense. Saturday's my favorite day of the week. Their ruler is Saturn, and their greatest compatibility this shows is Taurus or Cancer. Again, I beg to differ. Lucky numbers are 4, 8, 13, and 22. Their lucky gem is lapis lazuli.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard for me to say.
It is pretty hard.
And their flower is pansy. Their strengths are they are responsible, disciplined, not so much, self-control, absolutely not, and good managers. Their weaknesses are that they are know-it-alls. Am I a know-it-all? Or their weakness, it says weaknesses would be a know-it-all.
Yeah. I mean, I would say maybe tendencies,
Okay.
but not like, it's not like a all the time
Gotcha.
thing, and it's quite subtle.
Is it subtle?
I would say.
Okay. Anyway, they're unforgiving, condescending, and they expect the worst. That's accurate. They like family, tradition, music, understated status, and quality craftsmanship. Also true. They dislike almost everything at some point. Accurate. Capricorn is a sign that represents time and responsibility, and its representatives are traditional and often very serious by nature. These individuals possess an inner state of independence that enables significant progress, both in their personal and professional lives. They are masters of self-control and have the ability to lead the way, make solid and realistic plans, and manage many people who work for them at any time. They will learn from their mistakes and get to the top based solely on their experience and expertise. Belonging to the element of Earth, like Taurus and Virgo, this is the last sign in the trio of practicality and grounding. Not only do they focus on the material world, but they have the ability to use the most out. Not only do they focus on the material world, they have the ability to use the most out of it. Unfortunately, this element also makes them stiff and sometimes too stubborn to move from one perspective or point in a relationship. They have a hard time accepting differences of other people that are too far from their character, and out of fear may try to impose their traditional values aggressively. Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn, and this planet represents restrictions of all kinds. Its influence makes these people practical and responsible, but also cold, distant, and unforgiving, prone to the feeling of guilt and turned to the past. They need to learn to forgive in order to make their own life lighter and more positive. The Capricorn is the goat of fear. A goat with the tail of a fish is created to face fear and create panic. Dang. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
To create panic. It is the sign of decisions made to be protected from monsters in our minds, lives, and immediate physical surrounding. Always ready to transform into something that scares those scary things off, Capricorn speaks of each natural chain reaction of fear, where one scary thing leads to many others, rising up as defensive mechanisms that only make things worse. Immersed in their secrecy, they face the world just as they are, brave enough to never run away, but constantly afraid of their inner monsters. It is not easy to win over the attention and heart of a Capricorn, but once their walls break and their heart melts, they stay committed for a lifetime. Their relationships with other signs can be challenging due to their difficult character, but any shared feeling that comes from such an emotional place is a reward for their partner's efforts. Shown sensitivity comes through acts rather than words, and years are often needed for them to open enough to chat about their actual emotional problems. Turn to their personal goals, whatever they might be. Capricorns can lack compassion and emotion when relating to their loved ones. The certain ease of a normal life is something they will give with full devotion, and their partner will be able to rely on them. Use them as a stepping stone for any personal endeavor, and have a long-lasting bond with a constant tendency of growth. Still, this isn't someone willing to compromise much and seems to have the need to create a problem only to resolve it or feel bad that it was never resolved before. Capricorn might be a stiff earth sign set in their way, but this makes them a perfect match for certain signs of the zodiac and checking. Oh, hold on. It makes them a perfect match for certain signs of the zodiac. Can you imagine what my house is like with two of those? With friends, Capricorn is intelligent, stable, and reliable, and this makes them loyal and extremely good friends, standing in one's life as pillars on their way to their dreams. They need to be surrounded by people who don't ask too many nosy questions, know where the boundaries are set, but also warm, open-hearted, and loyal enough to follow their lead. They will not collect too many friends in this lifetime, but turn to those who make them feel at peace, intelligent, and honest at all times. That just described our friendship. With family, this is a sign with full understanding for family traditions. Capricorns feel very connected to every single thing from their past and their childhood, and loves bringing out these memories whenever a season of holidays or birthdays is near. This is a sign of a typical conflict one has over dominance in their household, with their father being an extremely important figure in the way the person built their self-image over the years. As parents, they tend to be strict but fair, readily taking on responsibilities that come with the child. I mean, I can be pretty strict, but I make sure that when I lay down that hammer, I explain to the kids why that hammer is being laid down.
Yeah.
With careers and money, Capricorns will set high standards for themselves, but their honesty, dedication, and perseverance will lead them to their goals. They value loyalty and hard work over all things and keep associates with these qualities close, even when they might be intellectually inferior. Concentrated and resourceful, this is someone who gets the job done, doesn't mind long hours, and commits to the final product completely. I wholeheartedly disagree. You gonna get my 8. That's what you're getting.
Yeah.
8.5 on a great day. They shine in jobs that include management, finance, programming, and calculations. Deeply rooted in tradition, the state, and the system they live in, a Capricorn needs all of their paperwork in perfect order, their documents clean, and their file impeccable. Money will be truly valued in lives of these individuals, and they won't have much trouble managing it and saving some for a rainy day, for as long as their debts don't swallow their actual abilities. Hard workers with a higher cause, they will do anything they can to set free from a loan or mortgage of any kind, but also know that true successes will only come in the long run. Guide to loving a Capricorn man. They are determined and ambitious people who want to reach the top to get the rewards. He prefers reality over uncatchable dreams, but isn't afraid to set some of their more realistic dreams in motion. His need for control is strong, and he can be judgmental toward his partners, expecting them to be something they really aren't. His nature is wrapped up around accomplishments and responsibility, and he often doesn't set romantic relationships on the top of his priority list. Capricorn man wants to take charge and be the one to make the rules from the beginning. He is in search for a practical, grounded partner and almost always ends up with an emotional one who has a hard time controlling their heart. When starting a relationship, he will think about the ways to respect the norm but also show his feelings, expecting the person in front of him to feel comfortable and attractive enough no matter the amount of affection he gives. Capricorn women are ambitious, persistent, responsible, and reliable. She only wants to find someone to make her smile and can't wait to open up and feel the real pool of emotion that makes her warm up to the possibilities that lie in the future. It will take some time for her to lower her guard and feel safe and comfortable enough to show just how sensitive and caring she can be when she is in love. She wants her partners responsible, calm, and hardworking, and needs to know that she is taken care of if something bad happens in the future. A Capricorn woman needs to feel comfortable with people she dates and needs time to decide what she wants out of each relationship. Born in a sun sign that exalts Mars, her instincts and initiative are strong, and this makes her a passionate lover, always in charge of her own life no matter the circumstances. And compatible signs that Capricorn should consider are Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces. That's so much.
It is so much.
Next one is Aquarius.
Truth be told, we could have split this between 2 episodes.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're almost done now. I got 2 more. So with Aquarius, their element is air. Their dates are January 20th through February 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Element is air. Their color is light blue, silver, and sky blue. Their day of the week is Saturday. Their ruler is Uranus, Saturn. Their lucky numbers are 4, 7, 11, 22, and 29. Their lucky gem is amethyst, and their flower is orchids. They are progressive, original, independent, and humanitarian. They run from emotional expression, they are temperamental, uncompromising, and aloof. They like fun with friends, risky business, fighting for causes, and intellectual conversations, but they hate limitations, broken promises, being lonely, and dull or boring situations. We're going to go short with this. They are independent and enigmatical. Aquarians are unique. There's no one quite like an Aquarius, and because each is so incredibly individual, it can be tough to describe them as a group. They don't like labels and may shy away from any adjective, even the good ones you might bestow upon them. They believe in the nature of change and evolution, and even though they're a fixed sign, they may not necessarily believe that they are the same people they were when they were born. They have a strong sense of social justice and making the world a better place, and see themselves as just one link in an endless human chain. They are very concerned about others, not because of how others treat them or how they want others to treat them. With their love, intellectual stimulation is by far the greatest aphrodisiac for an Aquarius. There's nothing that can attract them more than an interesting conversation with a person. Openness, communication, imagination, and willingness to risk are the qualities that will fit well in the emotional world of the zodiac sign. Their compatibility with other signs can be complex, for they represent the opposition itself and trouble relating to others if their sense of freedom is in any way endangered or they perceive it to be. Integrity and honesty are essential for anyone who wants to stay in their life, and feelings won't have much to do with the way they treat betrayal and those who let them down along the way. They will give independence to their partner, seeing them as equal and just as powerful as they are. Even though they can get all the freedom they desire, they can still have trouble with day-to-day interaction, even with those that they are deeply in love with. With friends, no matter their ability to communicate, Aquarius representatives need time to build closeness with a friend that they will unconsciously do a lot only to avoid being emotional and vulnerable around others. They're willing to self-sacrifice, but only if absolutely necessary, and by the time they jump in to help, a person in trouble will probably realize that they never needed help to begin with. They need creative friends with integrity and strong intellect. With family, they have certain expectations. Even though it may not be their place to search for answers their parents should seek, they will do so anyway, and more often than not, impose their will on family members from the best possible intention to make them get along. The sense of duty they have with some relatives won't keep them around for very long. For this, all is emotional blackmail, hardly ever touches the soul of an Aquarius. With careers and money, this is a sign that brings enthusiasm, excitement, and innovations to their workplace, and has a remarkable ability of exploitation of their imagination for business purposes. Their high intellect, combined with their willingness to share their talents, inspires many people in their lives. They are a visionary who likes to engage in human activities and needs to work in a place that supports better circumstances for endangered groups of people. Finances of this zodiac sign can be spent on various risks, but also held on to, and all they need to have in order to create a saving zone out of their life. It is to give them something to look forward to. They are well adapted to their feel or style and are not afraid to show it, which is why their colors in the shining outer world make all the difference in their emotional state. They feel extremely good in professions such as piloting, paragliding, and photography, but also make excellent programmers, ingenious mathematicians, and scientists, and need to show their personality with not strict guidelines for the way that they do. With Aquarius, for the Lover's Guide, for Aquarius men, they are unpredictable, intelligent, social, independent, and excellent communicators. They are also unreliable and inflexible, but changed by the right partner, at least up to a point where they can check time on their wristwatch. An Aquarius man sometimes lives inside his mind and needs a companion to talk about with his progressive thoughts and ideas. In a game of seduction, one must first become their friend, and everything else will come second. As things fall into place and he discovers he found trust for the person standing in front of him, each Aquarius has a chance to meet their own boundaries and see if there's anything else they need to break. As a man who carries their sun in the sign of detriment, this individual has trouble fitting in, too. He needs someone to respect his need for freedom, his individuality, and most of all, his honest desire to make a difference in the world. For women, she is independent, mysterious, free-spirited, eccentric, with a fine sense of humor and a strange inability to stay consistent and present. She seems cold and aloof, but needs someone to romance her senseless and to share good conversations with. Truly exciting. This is a woman who makes an excellent partner in emotional, sexual, and especially mental issues, but her dedication might not hold her for very long if she feels even an ounce of disrespect along the way. She is drawn to people who stand out from the crowd and needs someone to build her trust and take her by the hand and into better circumstances. An Aquarius woman is highly imaginative, they are highly imaginative partners, especially in her sexual expression, and wants to try out new things on a regular basis. Still, she needs to know that she is valued and loved, and at the same time, free from demands and pushiness that some of her men might be prone to. And compatible signs for them are Aries, Gemini, Libra, and Sagittarius. All right. Now, for the last one, which is Pisces, which
Daniel's a Pisces.
And Maddie. That date frame is February 19th to March 20th. Their element is water. Their colors, they have a lot of colors. Mauve, lilac, purple, violet, sea green. That's it. I love sea green. Their day of the week is Thursday. Their ruler is Neptune and Jupiter. Their greatest compatibility is a Virgo and a Taurus. Lucky numbers are 3, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 24. Their lucky gem is a moonstone, and their flower is a water lily. They are compassionate, artistic, intuitive, gentle, wise, and musical. Daniel's only musical trait is his butt.
That's true.
Their weaknesses are that they're fearful, overly trusting, sad, desire to escape reality. They can be a victim or a martyr. They like being alone, love, sleeping, music, romance, swimming, spiritual themes. And this is like Maddie to a T.
He do be liking swimming.
They hate know-it-alls, being criticized, the past coming back to haunt them.
Yeah.
And cruelty.
Yeah, they do be not liking to be criticized. Which is hilarious considering that one of their greatest compatibilities is with a Virgo.
Right.
As we do be love criticizing.
Pisces are very friendly and often find themselves in company of very different people. They are selfless and always willing to help others, a very fine intent for as long as they don't expect anything much in return. People born with their sun in Pisces have an intuitive understanding of the life cycle and form incredible emotional relationships with other humans on the basis of natural order and senses guiding them.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
The sign of Pisces is a water sign, ending the cycle of Cancer and Scorpio, being the one to disperse everything that happened in the past and change anyone's relative view on forgiveness. They are characterized by empathy and incredible emotional capacity, but only if they keep their boundaries strong and don't let outer emotions overwhelm them. Ruling planets of the sign of Pisces are Neptune and Jupiter, and intuition is the strongest suit of their kind. Connected to art, music, and any sort of liberal expression, every Pisces representative has a talent they need to use to feel creative and free. They're tolerant and compassionate. They could do too much for other people out of good intentions, forgetting about their own well-being in the process. Pisces is represented by the loving fish. Imagine two people skinny dipping and suddenly turning into two fish swimming around each other in a crystal clean lake. This is what the image behind the Pisces should stand for, but is more often connected to the historical and mythological background as the follower of Capricorn. Fear can drive them apart from loved ones, drive them into romance, or make them tremble, feeling completely unwilling and powerless. Still, love helps them swim through the muddiest waters only to find the one their heart connects to. They are not in search for just any love you think of, but for their soulmate, someone who connects with them with an umbilical cord. Ready to exchange.
Oh boy, we got an umbilical cord.
Ready to exchange everything they have with their Pisces partner throughout their entire shared lifetime and beyond. The sign of Pisces is a sign of incorrigible romantics, for it exalts Venus and serves love, devotion, pleasure, and all that is beautiful and tender.
I will say, like,
he has moments.
When it's romantic. Just us in like an intimate moment, I'm just trying not to get too sassy or too sappy because I'm gonna cry. But he is quite romantic. Aww. Like nobody else would, like anybody else who's met him, like you would not think.
Yeah.
But he is. But he's quite shy about it. He's gonna kill me for saying this. But it's true. And I think it's very, like, I would have never expected that side of him to exist. But it is very, very sweet.
They are very gentle and extremely generous with their partner, but in search for love, tend to forget about their moral values from time to time.
Oh, Lord, I talked. Now Mara's upset.
They need to feel a real connection with their partners in order to open up and find their inner sense of an absolute faith in an ideal love that drives them away from any idea of change. Short-term relationships and adventures are not typical for the Zodiac sign, although they have a changeable note to them that allows them to be quite carefree when it comes to choosing a new daily fling. Once they discover their inner state of belief in someone they start sharing their life with, they become deeply loyal and honest, as if their sole purpose in life was to find the person standing in front of them and making them happy.
Yeah.
With friends, they are gentle, caring, and always ready to listen. A Pisces can become the ideal friend to people who are patient enough to wait. They will get confused, get lost, change plans, and be late, but compassion and love one feels around them is often enough to keep them close. They tend to put needs of others in front of their own, and this does no one any good. This is why they need to be surrounded with those who understand their boundaries, however unclear, and help them preserve precious energy in their life. With their family, they are deeply intuitive. A Pisces can sense if something is wrong even before anything bad happens. This can be a problem in their primary relationship, for the cloud they grow up in defines their emotional states, no matter if the parents truly tried to make their bond functional and their child happy. When building of their own family and starting their new way of life with a loved one, Pisces partners have to remind themselves that it isn't perfection they seek, but a state of inner peace. With careers, they are intuitive and dreamy. Pisces feel best in a position where their creative skills will come to the fore for working for a higher cause through creative charity events. Occupations that fit Pisces are compassionate and filled with faith and devotion, so they make excellent priests, doctors, veterinarians, musicians, painters, and any career that involves working in the shadows. Undercover and hidden, they can have a lot of fun playing certain parts and hiding their true identity. For the most part, they don't give money too much thought. They are usually more focused on their dreams and goals and will only try to make enough money to achieve them. Depending on the power of the dream they carry within and sense of purpose they were nurtured to build, each Pisces representative spends as much as needed to follow them. You ready for your guide for loving a Pisces man?
Yeah.
If a man is born with his sun in the sign of Pisces, he lives only to love and please their partner. He needs a partner who is practical and caring, ready to keep at least one of his feet on the ground and connected to the material world. Sensitivity, compassion, and kindness won't lack, but there could be a lot of shady activities in his spare time.
What were you doing, Daniel?
Well, you 3D printing there, bro. He finds extreme joy in discovering presents their partner needs and buying them on any upcoming occasion.
Yeah.
A Pisces man loves to laugh and needs someone funny and carefree by his side.
I am funny. Carefree, not so much. But I am funny.
On the other hand, he is highly sensitive and has the need to listen and please people in his life, making him susceptible to manipulation and lies. Using his imagination to please his loved one, this is a man who battles between strong emotions, never showing them to the rest of the world. You know, it do make sense that he'd be like making shirts, buying Easton stuff. Like he's a gift giver. His love language is yeah.
It's also acts of service.
Well, yes,
but like he do be
like that's one of those things. You know, he likes you if he just brings you random shit.
Yeah,
like here, I saw this thing that made me think of you. Here you go.
Right, and like he does that for so many. Like we still have Christmas gifts to deliver. Because, like, he found something random for his friend Matt, and we still just haven't gone over there.
For women, this is a kind, imaginative, compassionate, selfless, and extremely sensitive woman. Attraction in her life is a matter of seconds, and it either happens or it simply doesn't. Put this in, think of Maddie while I'm reading this. Mm-hmm. She won't often feel it with the people she knows for ages, but has never been with. Although she seems calm, quiet, and set somewhere in the back line of defense, this is a woman who will never be boring in her sexual encounters. Don't think about that.
I don't want to think about that.
Don't think about that. Enjoying lively discussions about spiritual things, the safe way to go to approach her is to find beliefs and directions you have shared in life. Her imperative is to be treated with respect without endangering her personal space and boundaries. She is extremely sensitive by nature and is not exactly quick to forgive and forget. If her heart has been wounded in the past, she will have a hard time opening it up again, even for new credible people in relationships that are just beginning. Compatible signs for a Pisces to consider would be a Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, or Capricorn. I'm not in like a dating sense, obviously.
Right.
But Capricorn and Pisces are not compatible in a household.
I will say.
We fight.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the nature of how sensitive Pisces are. They're incredibly sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like touchy. You can let her in. Come here, Mara. Come here, baby. Come on. What, now you want out? Jesus. Anyway. But yeah.
But having, I think because she and I are so much alike, though.
Yeah.
That's our biggest issue.
Yeah.
And I think that because I am not, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
I think, like I said, Pisces are very, very sensitive by nature. Yeah. And I think Capricorns have a tendency to be blunt.
Know-it-alls. That's a new thing I learned about myself today.
I was going to go with, but when I say, I don't mean it as
I know.
I wouldn't say it's
when
quite.
I get excited about something, like if you mention something that I know about, I'm going to let you know I know.
And I mean, I do the same thing. I'm just like, okay, are you sat? Because I'm ready to give you a speech. But like, I would say it's more of it's not like, I know more than you about everything you've ever known about. It's not that like that. It's more of like like you said, it's like I've had this experience with this.
Right.
Let me tell you all about my experience.
Right.
And,
See, but we do that in a place of relating.
Exactly.
And maybe it'll help you.
Right.
Not realizing that we're kind of pulling it back into us.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's more in more of like a gentle manner. But we are 2 hours balls deep. So I feel like we probably are good to like wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah. I almost cried. I feel like I've had the entire life of my gummy for this entire episode, beginning to end.
Your eyeballs say otherwise.
I mean, I'm still feeling it. I'm still in it, but I'm not quite as in it. Like, I'm feeling warm and toasty.
Right.
But, yeah. So, make sure you're following us on
Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube.
Email us at wanderersofweird
at gmail.com. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.